Battle of Butte De Warlencourt was one of the final engagements of the Battle of Somme in 1916. The Butte, a prehistoric burial mound, became a heavily fortified German defensive position, overlooking key British advances.
And from October to November of 1916, the British launched repeated attacks to capture the Butte. Facing fierce resistance, artillery barrages, and machine gun fire, the battle was a testament to the difficulty of advancing through mud-choked, trench-ridden landscapes of the Somme. By late 1916, the Battle of Somme had already raged for months, with massive casualties on both sides. The Butte De Warlencourt, standing prominently on the battlefield, provided the German forces with an excellent vantage point to observe and fire upon advancing British troops. It was part of the German defensive line known as the Hindenburg Line, which they were determined to hold. For the British, taking the Butte was critical for further offensive, but the task proved immensely challenging. So the attack on the Butte began in late October 1916, and it primarily was carried out by the British 50th Division and the 9th Durham Light Infantry. Now, advancing through thick mud, rain, and shell-packed terrain, the British forces faced devastating machine gun fire from the German positions. The Butte itself was riddled with tunnels, strong points, making it nearly impenetrable. Despite repeated assaults and temporary footholds on the mound, the British were absolutely unable to fully secure it. The Germans counterattacked fiercely, driving the British back. By November 1916, with winter setting in and the Somme offensive winding down, the British High Command decided to halt further attempts to catch the Butte. The battle had resulted in thousands of casualties with little strategic gain, and it was not until the German withdrawal to the Hindenburg Line in early 1917 that the British forces actually occupied this position. The battle was a stark example of immense sacrifice made for minimal territorial gains during the war. Now, today, the Butte De Warlencourt stands as a memorial to those soldiers who fought and died in its shadow. The site is preserved as a place of historical significance, and the scars of the battle still remain visible on this landscape. The Durham Light Infantry and other regiments that fought here remembered for their bravery in one of the most grueling fights of the Somme. Even if the British would have taken this mound in 1916, they would have had a short tenure here. The Germans would have counterattacked and drove them off of this place. The Germans were relentless with their counterattacks with their stormtroopers.
The battle, like many others on the Western Front, demonstrated the brutality of trench warfare and the resilience of those who endured in it. But in the end, every inch of ground cost human life